Hey there guys, welcome to my walkthrough of the AQA Foundation GCSE Maths November 2017 paper 1, which is the non-calc paper. I'm going to put loads of useful stuff down below in the description, including my playlist containing every AQA Foundation GCSE 9-12 Maths paper walkthrough. That's available down below. Check it out. Okay, let's go. Okay, question 1. Circle the decimal that is the same in value to 3/5. So, if you can't remember these, here's a nice little trick. Fractions mean divisions. So this means 3 divided by 5. We can use the bus stop to do this. So 3 goes in the middle, 5 on the outside. Now 5 into 3 don't go, so we put a 0. Now what we do is put a 0.0 on the bottom, point on top, and we carry the 3 onto the 0. So then how many 5s are in 30? It's 6. So 3/5 is 0.6. Question 2. How many millimeters are there in 7.5 centimeters? Well, 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. So 7.5 centimeters is 10 times 7.5, which gives us 75 millimeters. Okay, question 3. Which of these shapes has 2 lines of symmetry? So a line of symmetry is a line that cuts a shape exactly in half so that it's the same on either side. So semicircle only has 1. A rhombus is a squat square. Now a rhombus is actually our guy. There's one like that, and there's one like that. So a rhombus is our guy. Trapezium can look like that. That only has 1. And an isosceles triangle is a triangle with 2 same length sides. There would only be 1 down the middle. Question 4. Circle the number that is 7 less than -12. So 7 less than -12 means if we're on a number line and there's -12, 0's up here somewhere. 7 less means we're going 7 to the left. So -12 minus 7 is -19. Okay, question 5. Solve x minus 3 is equal to 14. So for that, we need to move the -3. So to move it, you do the opposite to both sides. So we add 3 to both sides. So we get x is 17. 5b wants us to solve 5y is 45. So 5y means 5 times y is 45. So to cancel out a times, we divide. So we divide both sides by 5. We get y is 45 divided by 5, which is 9. Part C. 8 add W is equal to 6. So to get W on its own, we need to make this 8 go away. So that 8 is positive. So to get rid of it, we subtract 8. So we get W is 6 minus 8. So W is minus 2. Cool. Okay, question 6a wants us to work out 9,174 divided by 11. So, bus stop, if you still struggle with a bus stop, make sure you sort it out before paper 1. You're going to need it. So, the number that we are dividing goes inside the sign. So, 9,174. The number that we are dividing by goes on the outside. Now we work from left to right. So 11s into 9 don't go. Carry the 9 onto the 1. 11s into 91 go 8 times, which is 88. So our remainder is 3. Carry that onto the 7. 11s into 37 go 3 times, which is 33. So there's a remainder of 4. Carry that. 11s into 44 go 4 times. So our answer is 8. Okay, then part B wants us to work out 5 6 add 3 7ths, giving our answer as a mixed number. So to add fractions, we need their denominators, the bottom part, to be the same number. So the first thing that 6 and 7 go into is 42. So 6 goes into 42 7 times. So we multiply the top and bottom of 5 6 by 7. So we get 35 over 42. Add, now 7 goes into 42 6 times. So we multiply the top and bottom of 3 7ths by 6. So we get 18 over 42. Now, when the denominators are the same, we only add the tops. So 35 add 18 is 53. So we got 53 over 42. So that is the answer, but that's an improper fraction, not a mixed number. So a mixed number means a whole number and a fraction. So the whole number is going to be 42 42s. That's going to give us 1. And then we got another 11 42s. So we got 1 and 11 42s. Cool. Okay, question 7. The diagram shows the scores given by judges during a television show. So, at the side we got the frequency, along the bottom we have the different scores from 0 up to 5. Part A asks us which score was the mode. So the mode is most common, so here we want the biggest line. So we can see it's this guy, which was 4. Okay, then part B, we are told there were 4 judges. Each judge gives 1 score in a round. How many rounds were there? Okay, so if there are 4 judges per round, each round Each round gets 4 scores, 1 per judge. So, if we can work out how many scores there are in total in the graph, we can then divide that by 4 to get the number of rounds. So, if we add all these numbers together, we got 3 add 6, which is 9, add 6, which is 15, add 9, which is 24, add 4, which is 28. So, 28 scores in total. So the number of rounds is 28 divided by 4, which is 7. Cool. Okay, question 8. A library book was due to be returned on the 27th of September. It was actually returned on the 14th of October. There is a fine of 8p per day for every day that the book is late. We want to work out the fine. Okay, so for this, we need to know, a bit strange for a maths exam, there are 30 days in September. So, the 27th to the 30th of September is 3 days. And then the 30th of September to the 14th of October is 14 days. From that, we can say then it was 17 days late. So the fine is 17 times 8p. Now, 8 times 10, 8p times 10 is 80p. 8p times 7 is 56p. So, adding those together, we get 100 and, well, starting from the right, 0 add 6 is 6, 8 add 5 is 13. So it's 136p. We want it in pounds, so it's £1.36. Cool. Okay, question 9. In a game, 3 stars are hidden at random. Each star is behind a different square on this board. Part A says a square is chosen at random. What is the probability there is a star behind the square? So, probability, where we can, we always want to think of it as a fraction. Up on top, we have the number of things we are interested in. So here, that's the stars, and there are 3 of them. And on the bottom, we have the total number of things. So we need to know the total number of squares. So there's 5 across, 5 down. In total, there are 25 squares. So the probability is 3/25. Part B says in one game the stars are behind 3 consecutive squares. That means the squares are right next to each other. So we're told the squares are in one row or one column, so they're not allowed to be diagonal. One of the squares is E2. We want to write down all the possible pairs for the other 2 stars. Okay, so let's find E2. So there's E, there's 2, so E2 is here. So we know one star is in there. So we can either have one here, and then the other one would have to be here. So that's E1 and E3. We could have the star in E2, a star in E3, and the star in E4. And we could have stars next to E2, so we could have D2 and C2, like that. Cool. Okay, question 10, we want to complete the table of equivalent fractions and percentages. So, we've done one for us, 1/2 is 50%. We need to do 3/10. So what's going to really help us here is that percent means per 100. So per 100. So when you think of per, you can think of that as the fraction line in a fraction. So 3/10, if you like, means 3 per 10. Now if we turn the bottom into 100, then we've got our percentage. So to do that, we times the top, or we times 10 by 10. So we also have to do that to the top. So we get 30 over 100. 30 per cent. So that one is 30%. Now 43%, well that means 43 per 100. So 43 over 100. Now 5 halves, a bit of a funny one. So 5 halves. Again, we can just go for turning the bottom into 100. So to turn 2 into 100, we multiply it by 50. So we must do that to the top as well. So we're going to get 100 on the bottom. Now 5 times 50 is 250. So it's 250%. Cool. Question 11. Cards in a pack are red or blue. In the ratio, red to blue is 2 to 3. What fraction of the cards are red? Okay, a very common mistake here is 2/3. Not true. So what this ratio means is in the pack, for every 2 red cards, there are 3 blue cards. So think of it in its simplest form. Let's just think that there are 2 red and 3 blue. Altogether then, there are 5 cards, 2 of them are red, so it's 2/5. Okay, then to part B. A different pack has 72 cards. 5 knights are yellow. Work out the number of yellow cards. So, essentially, we're working out then 5 knights of 72. So to do that, we need to first of all find 1/9. So 1/9 of 72 is 72 divided by 9. Now 72 divided by 9 is 8. So then 5 knights of 72 is 5 times 8, which gives us 40. So 40 is the answer. Cool. Okay, question 12a. How many degrees are there? How many edges are there on a square-based pyramid? Okay, so an edge, if you like, is any line that you have to draw when you draw a shape. So, with a square-based pyramid, there are 4 edges on the square, and then there is an edge from each corner of the square up to the tip of the pyramid. So altogether there are 8 edges. Part B. How many faces of a triangular prism are triangles? So a triangular prism is like a Toblerone box. So, like that. Now the back face is also a triangle. So, 2 of those faces are triangles. Question 13. A bus can be early, on time, or late. The probability that the bus is early is 0.1. The probability that the bus is on time is 0.6. We want to work out the probability that the bus is late. So, probability in decimal always has to add to a 1. So we know the probability of early and the probability of on time and the probability of late has to equal 1. Now we know the probability of early and on time is 0.1 and 0.6. So that's 0.7. So 0.7 add the probability of late is equal to 1. So the probability of late is 1 minus 0.7, which is 0.3. Cool. Okay, question 14. On the grid, draw the graph of x and y is equal to 2 for values of x from -3 to 3. Okay, so Usually, when we do these, we have y on its own on one side with x and anything else on the other side. So we're going to rearrange this to make y the subject. So what we need to do is move the x. To do that, we subtract it. So we get y is 2 minus x. Now, to plot a line, we only really need 3 sets of coordinates. Why 3 and not 2? If you only do 2, there's no way of knowing if you are right or wrong. If you do 3 and all 3 points lie on the line, chances are you're right. If one of them don't, then you've buggered up somewhere. So, let's make a coordinate table. So let's use x is 0, 1 and 2. So when x is 0, y is 2 minus 0, which is 2. When x is 1, y is 2 minus 1, which is 1. When x is 2, y is 2 minus 2, which gives us 0. So we need to plot the points 0, 2, 1, 1 and 2, 0. So 0, 2 is 0 along and 2 up. 1, 1 is 1 across and 1 up. 2, 0 is 2 across and 0. So now we need to join those points with a straight line, making sure it goes all the way through the grid. So this probably won't go very well by the time I go. Okay, so our straight line should look something like that. Cool, there's no part B, so we're done. Okay, question 15. 5% of a number is 31, 1% of the same number is 6.2. We want to work out 13% of the number. Okay, so percentages work like little building blocks. So we can first of all get 10% by getting our pen out. Okay, we can get 10% by doing 2 times 5%. So that's 2 times 31, which gives us 62. Now we can get 3% by doing 3 times 1%, which is 3 times 6.2. Now 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times 0.2 is 0.6, so we got 18.6. So 13% is 62 and 18.6, which is 80.6. Cool. Okay, question 16. Now I know nobody likes this question, so we want to complete the grid so that when you multiply the 3 numbers in any row, column or diagonal, the answer is 1. So, what that means is, when we multiply all three numbers going down like that, the answer is 1. When we multiply the numbers going across like that, the answer is 1. And when we do it with the two diagonals, the answer is 1 as well. So, so for example, with this first column, 10 times, so remember, multiplication is magic, it doesn't matter what order you do it in. So if we do 10 times 2, that's 20, and then 20 times 1/20th is 20 over 20, which is 1. So that's what's going on. We need that to happen in each row, column and diagonal. So if we go across the top, at the moment we got 10 times 1/2, which is 5. Now we need to multiply 5 by something to get 1. So that's going to be 1/5. So this middle number has to be 1/5. Now going across at the bottom, 2 times 5 is 10. So 10 times 1/10 is equal to 1. So this needs to be 1/10. We can check that. 1/2 times 20 is 10. 10 times a tenth is 1. Okay, then for the middle one, so going across the middle, 1/20th times 20 is 1. So we've already got 1. That also works going down the middle. 1/5 times 5 is 1. So the number in the middle is just going to be 1 itself. Cool. Okay, question 17. A sequence has 3 terms. The term-to-term rule for the sequence is multiply by 8 and add 11. For part A, the first term is -1. We want to work out the third term. So to be able to do that, we're going to need the second term too. So first is -1. Second is -1 times 8, add 11. So -1 times 8 is -8, add 11 is 3. Now the third is going to be 3 times 8, add 11. So 3 times 8, where's my 8 come from? No, sorry, we're good. 3 times 8 is 24, add 11 is 35. So the third term is 35. Okay, then for part B, we're told the order of the terms is reversed to make a new sequence. Work out the term-to-term rule for this sequence. Okay, so it's now going 35, 3, -1. So, we were originally going So we were starting here, we were then timesing by 8, we were then adding 11, and that gave us our next term. Now we are now going backwards through that, so we're starting on the right and we work left, so we subtract 11 and then we divide by 8. So the term-to-term rule is subtract 11, then divide by 8. Cool. Okay, question 18, we got some angle fun. So, ABCD is a quadrilateral. Sides are extended as shown times. We want to show that x is 100 degrees. So, x is here. Okay, so 3 marks. Alright, so I know people don't like questions like this. The idea of the game is just to fill in anything that we can and hope it leads us to glory. So, first of all, here we have opposite angles about point. So, opposite angles are equal. So, this angle is 70 degrees. Now we know this being a right angle is 90 degrees. Now, angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360. So that's going to allow us to work out this angle here. So if we add these other three, 70 and 90 and 120, and 90 is 160, and 120 is going to give us 280. So this final angle at B is 360 minus 280, which gives us 80 degrees. So that's 80 degrees. Now, angles on a straight line add to 180. So, x add 80 is 180. So, x is equal to 100 degrees. Cool. Okay, 19. Use 2 gallons is 9 litres to convert 17 gallons to litres. Okay. 3 marks. So, I know a lot of people in the past when I've done this have wanted to find 1 gallon and then multiply that by 17, which isn't wrong at all. It's just a bit more of a ball ache. So let's get as close as we can to 17 using 2 gallons. So we can get 16 gallons. Now, to get 16 gallons, we've multiplied 2 by 8. So we also need to do that to 9 litres. So 9 times 8 is 72 litres. So that's 16 gallons. Now 1 gallon is, well, that's going to be 9 divided by 2, which is 4.5 litres. So 17 gallons is 76.5 litres. Cool. Okay, question 20. N is an odd number, P is a prime number. In each part, write down possible values of N and P. So that part A, N add P is a square number. Okay, so prime numbers are the numbers that nothing goes into except 1 and themselves. So let's write down a few primes. So the first prime is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, etc. So N is odd, P is prime. We want N and P to give us a square number. So squares are 1 times 1, so 1. 2 times 2, 4. 3 times 3, 9. 4 times 4, 16, etc. So can we think of an odd number and a prime number to give us a square number? Well, what about 1 add 3 is 4. So N is odd, so N is 1, P is prime, which is 3. But P wants NP to be a square number. Bit of a trick question here. So nowhere did it say N and P had to be different. And in fact, to get a square number, they have to be the same. So, for example, we could go 3 times 3 is 9. So N and P are both 3. Cool. Question 21, we got a loci, so I'll put my stuff down below. Joe wants to bisect this angle. So we got his method, use a pair of compasses to draw arcs of the same radius from B and D. Draw a straight line from C through the intersection point of the arcs. We want to write down the error Joe has made. Okay, so what he should have done is put his compass on point C, drawn an arc that goes through both lines, then off of each of those points you draw an arc the same distance, so with your compass set to the same, and then what we would get are those two arcs over there, and then you draw the line that goes through the intersection of those two. So his mistake was drawing the arcs off of point B and point D. Okay, part B says K wants to show all the points 3 kilometers from point P. So we got a scale, 1 centimeter represents 1 kilometer. So here is her answer. So she's drawn a square. What's wrong with her answer? So the only points on this square that are going to be 3 kilometers away, assuming that on the real thing the distances would be 3 centimeters, the only points that are right would be directly above, directly below, directly right, and directly left. So what she should have done is drawn a circle, not a square. So everywhere on the circle with radius 3 centimeters would have shown all the points 3 kilometers away from the real point. Okay, then for part C, we're given a rectangle and we are asked to, using a pair of compasses and a ruler, construct one line of symmetry. So we must show our construction arcs. So your line of symmetry is either going to go straight down the middle or straight across the middle. Now, I can't do mine accurately, being on a tablet, but my videos on Loci down below explain this in more detail. So, I'm going to do a vertical line of symmetry. So what we need to do, I can do on this bottom side, we need to construct the perpendicular bisector of this line. So it's nowhere near as scary as it sounds, but the point of your compass here and open it so that it's quite a bit wider than the midpoint of this line. And then what you want to do is draw an arc. It's going to go something like that. Now, without changing the size of the compass, put the point there, draw another arc exactly the same size, so something like that. Now what you need are those 2 points where the arcs intersect, and then join them up with a straight line, not missing. So very roughly, something like that. Cool. Okay, 22. X to y is 7 to 4. X and y is 88. We want to work out the value of x minus y. So this is the first question that is also on the higher paper. It looks scary, it's not that bad. Right, so we know x to y is 7 to 4. Now what that means is that x is some multiple of 7 so it's in the 7 times table. Y is some multiple of 4. Now, at the moment, we know if x is 7 and y is 4, then x and y would be 11. But we need it to be 88. So we need x and y to be 8 times bigger. So 88 is 8 times 11. So that means x and y both have to be 8 times bigger. So x is 8 times 7, which is 56, and y is 8 times 4, which is 32. Now we want x minus y, so x minus y is 56 minus 32, which is going to give us 24. So 24 is our guy. Cool. Okay, question 23, we got our distance time graph. So Neil's home is 1 kilometre from a shop. He walked from home to the shop at a constant speed in 10 minutes. He stayed in the shop for 5 minutes. He then walked home at a constant speed in 8 minutes. He drew a distance time graph to represent his journey. There it is. We want to make 2 criticisms of the graph. So, first up, we know that he walked to the shop at a constant speed. So this first part should be a straight line. So that's the first criticism. First 10 minutes should be a straight line. Now the second one is that when he finishes at the shop, he's walking home. By his graph, remember we got distance up the side, distance from home. So when he's walking home, he should be getting closer, but by the graph, he's getting further away. So I'm not going to write it, but that is the other problem. Okay, question 24. 3 whole numbers are rounded to the nearest 10. The sum of the rounded numbers is 70. So sum means when you add them together. We want to work out the maximum possible sum for the original 3 numbers. Okay, so let's think of the 3 rounded numbers. First of all, so we just need any 3 multiples of 10 that add together to 70. So for example, we could go 10, 10 and 50. Now, we want the maximum possible sum of the 3 original numbers. So the biggest number, the biggest whole number, that rounds to 10, is 14, and 250 is 54. So the sum of the original numbers would be 54 add 14 add 14, which is going to give us 50 add 10 add 10 is 70, add 3 fours is 82. Cool. 25 wants us to circle the expression for the range of consecutive integers. So again, consecutive means one after the other. Range means biggest take smallest. So let's just try this with, I don't know, let's go 3 consecutive numbers. So for 4, 5, 6, for example, the range is 6 take 4, which is 2. Now for 3 consecutive numbers, the range is 1 less than 3. So for n consecutive numbers, the range is going to be n minus 1. Cool. Okay, question 26. 3 identical isosceles triangles are joined together to make a trapezium. Each triangle has a base of b centimeters and a perpendicular height of h centimeters. Part A wants us to work out an expression in terms of b and h for the area of the trapezium, giving our answer in its simplest form. Okay, so you can get to my formula video down below, and you can also get the PDF of the formulas down below. It's a good time. This is one that we need to know. So, for a trapezium, we usually call the top A, the bottom B, and the height h. Now the area is the height times A plus B all over 2. So here we know the top is B, the bottom is going to be 2B altogether, and the height is h. So the area of this guy is h times b plus 2b, which is 3b, all over 2. Now up on top, h times 3b, we can say is 3bh, all over 2. Cool. Okay, then for part B, we're then told that the diagram shows the same trapezium. This time we know the slant length of each triangle, which we're calling S. So we're told that B to S is 2, 2, 3. We want to work out an expression in terms of B for the perimeter of the trapezium. So perimeter is distance around the outside. So again, we know the base is 2B, and we know this is S. So in terms of B and S, the perimeter is 3B add 2S. Now we only want though the perimeter in terms of B. So now we need to use the ratio to get S in terms of B. So we know B to S is 2, 2, 3. Now, to get an equation from this, think about what is the first number that 2 and 3 both go into. It's 6. So, we know that 3 times 2 is 6. So, 3b is equal to, now 2 times 3 is 6. So, 3b is equal to 2s. Now we want to know what s is in terms of b, so we need to get rid of that 2. So to do that, we divide by 2 and we get s is 3b over 2. So now what we're going to do is put that into our perimeter. So the perimeter is 3b add 2s. So the perimeter then is 3b add 2 lots of 3b over 2. So this is 3b add, now when you multiply a fraction by a whole number, you only multiply the top. So 2 times 3b is 6b over 2. Now 6b over 2 is 3b. So we got 3b add 3b, which gives us 6b. Cool. Okay, question 27. We've got a quarter circle with a radius 6 centimetres. The question wants us to work out the area of the quarter circle, giving our answer in terms of pi. Okay, so another formula we are definitely going to need is area of circle, it's pi times radius squared. While we're here, circumference is pi times diameter. We don't need that for this, but it's worth mentioning. Okay, so if we had this whole circle with a radius of 6, the area would be pi times 6 squared, which is 36. So that will give us 36 pi centimetres squared. Now we've only got a quarter of the circle, so we got 36 pi centimetres squared divided by 4, which is 9 pi centimetres squared. Cool. 28. Part A. Answers to write in standard form 12,500. Okay, so standard form is always a single digit, so here it's going to be 1 point anything significant. So we got the 2 and the 5. And then it's always times 10 to a certain power. So to get the power, we count how many places the decimal would move from there to there. So it's got to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's times 10 to the power 4. Part B wants us to write this as an ordinary number. So a negative power moves the decimal to the left. So if we stick a few zeros there, the decimal is going to go 1, 2. So it's 0.034. Part C wants us to work out the value of the square root of 3 squared times the square root of 2 squared. So, Oh, I apologise, it's not part C, it's question 29. So, a square and a square root cancel each other out. They are opposites to each other. So, root 3 squared is 3. Root 2 squared is 2. So we've actually just got 3 times 2, which is 6. Cool. Question 30, 4 marks. The 4 candidates in an election were A, B, C and D. They love putting election questions in it. The pie chart shows the proportion of votes each candidate received. So all that we're given are the angles, that's cool, that's all we need. We are asked to work out the probability that a person who voted, chosen at random, voted for C. So, angles around the point. Angles about a point. Sum to 360 degrees. So, what we need to do is work out the size of the angle for person C and then stick that angle over 360. That will give us the proportion, which is the probability. So, what do we know? Well, we know a right angle is 90 degrees. Then we know that 360 to 90 is 270. So we know the other 3 angles have to add up to 270. So we can use this to work out x. When we know x, we can work out the angle for C. So we know then that x add 2x add 10 add 2x is equal to 270. So that's 5x add 10 is equal to 270. Now we want to solve that for x. So take away the 10. 5x is 260. And then divide by 5. So x is 260 over 5. And the bus stop can help us there. So 5's into 2 don't go. Carry the 2. 5's into 26. Go 5 times. Remainder 1. 5's into 10 go twice. So x is 52 degrees. Now we can work out the angle then for C. 2 times 52 add 10. 2 times 52 is 104, add 10 is 114. So the proportion of votes for C was 114 over 360. Now that actually is the probability, because that is the proportion of people that vote for C. Now they don't ask for it simplified, but it's good practice. So, as a common factor of 2, so that's going to give us 57 over 180. There is then a common factor of 3. So on the bottom, we get 60. 57 divided by 3, well again, bus stop, we love it. 3's into 5, go once. remainder 2, 3's into 27 go 9 times. So the simplified fraction is 19/60ths. 114 3/60ths, so would have been fine. Cool. Okay, 31, final question, bit of algebra. So part A wants us to factorise x squared minus 100. So bit of a cruel one to put in foundation. These are called difference of two squares. Now it factorises to x, add 10 times x minus 10. Cool. Part B wants us to solve 7x add 6 is greater than 1 add 2x. So it's an inequality. I'll put my stuff down below. Solving them is nothing different to solving equations. We want to get x on its own and a number on the other side. So the first thing I would do is sort out this 2x. So it's plus 2x, so to get rid of it, we minus 2x. So that's going to give us 5x, add 6 is greater than 1. Let's then get rid of the 6, so subtract 6. 5x is greater than minus 5, and then finally divide through by 5, x is greater than minus 1. Cool. And with that, guys, the paper is done. Really hope you found this useful. Don't forget, as long as I've done them, you can get to every AQA Foundation 9-to-1 Maths paper walkthrough down below in the description. Hope this has helped. Good luck in your exams. Take it easy. Take care.